What is up, people, and welcome. Today, your boy is back after 2 weeks. I was very busy those 2 weeks, but I am back because of one of my favorite games that have been getting these leaks. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. The first leak came out on 4chan, and it was talking about PlayStation developing a new 4-player brawler. And it was talking about some of the characters, and it said Crash, Spyro, Lara Croft, and Cloud, even though he was in Super Smash Bros., was going to be in it. And it said no involvement with Konami because of what happened with Kojima, which is believable. And then you were talking about some new modes like King of the Hill, and you said they were saying that supers wouldn't be the only way to kill. Even if this whole leak is fake, that part is definitely true because that was the main gripe about the game, aside from the character. Me personally, I didn't mind, and I know a few other people that didn't mind, but I guess for the majority it was too hard of a concept. So I guess it would be for the better if they did change it. And I know the people who did enjoy the game and they didn't care that you killed people with supers and they were good at it, they wouldn't really mind either. I'm pretty sure. At least most people won't. You know, some people probably will, but most people won't. Now, PlayStation All-Stars was or is a game that I want to see at E3. And I do think this could be a possibility that it may be at E3 because even if all of it's not true, it still can be a possibility that some of it is true. Or part of it, because you know somebody will get information that they are making one and start adding stuff to it. But if they do make a new PlayStation All Stars, I do think they should keep the 4-player brawler type thing. They shouldn't change it because you would lose a lot of the fans. And as a PlayStation game like that, that is kind of the best route to go. Or something maybe like Power Stone or something like that. If they did it like that, they have to make it 4-player somehow because you want it to be enjoyable for like a lot of people or friends. That's the kind of game you're going to kind of want it to be. You're not going to really want it to be something like Tekken. They really wouldn't get that fan base that they were aiming for because they're trying to make a game for, of course, hardcore fans that can actually probably get really good at a game and destroy people, and casual that can actually just get on it and play. Okay, so with that, they also released a picture. A lot of people were saying it's fake, and some people were saying that it possibly can be real. Whether it's fake or real, I still do think people should get hyped over it and they still should share it. And the reason why I say this is because let's just say if Sony is not planning on making something, or if they are, they would know that people are excited to see it. So if I think that's another reason why people do fake leaks or whatever, or fake stuff just to get people hyped over it, to get enough hype possibly, or build enough hype over something so that the company can see that there is still potential or a request, I guess, for that game. Now, another thing I want to go into is that with my speculations for PlayStation All-Stars, I always kind of thought they may have been working on something. First off, they tried very hard to bring Crash Bandicoot back, of course, which they did. And not just that they brought Crash Bandicoot back, they also brought back Parappa the Rapper. They made Ratchet a new game. They didn't really make anything new for Jack because we all know that Naughty Dog isn't interested in making anything new for Jack right now, but they did bring back the trilogy plus Jack X for the PlayStation 4. So it does seem like, in my opinion, that they are trying to make, I guess you want to say, build up the characters to make a new PlayStation All-Stars. I'm not 100% sure if that's what they were doing, but it kind of sent like that to me, especially when I seen the Private Rapper come out. Then I seen them trying to bring Crash back, and it seemed like they're trying to bring things back. They made Ratchet a new game. Like I said, they didn't make Jack one because Naughty Dog doesn't want to do that. But at least they were bringing characters back, and they were bringing their games back. And another thing, too, that made me think of this because I'm not sure if any of you guys seen this video, but Guerrilla Games did make a video about making Aloy an iconic character, and not just a character, just an iconic character, or just a good character. They actually mentioned to make her a good PlayStation iconic character. So even when they said that, I was like, okay, that seemed a little bit PlayStation All-Stars-ish to me because of the fact that none of the, at least I haven't really heard them really emphasize making a character a PlayStation icon. I never really heard anybody emphasizing that, at least not like up until these generations, like not even in the PlayStation 3's time period really, or PlayStation, or I guess you said PlayStation 4. It's already here. So, but only time you would really hear something like that maybe, or them really trying to make like mascotish type characters, was PS1 and PS2 days. That was interesting to me. So I am hoping to see this game at E3, and I was actually going to make an E3 list, and I was going to put PlayStation All-Stars on the list, even though some people may not necessarily agree with it, but it was one of my most favorite games to play on the PlayStation 3 and Vita the time it came out, and I still, like I said, I still play it to this day on my Vita. So, of course, I still do want a new PlayStation All-Stars game. And I really don't think it should really change much when it comes down to like the style of game. I'm not talking about necessarily the game mechanics. I'm talking about like the style, like the four-player brawler type thing. I don't really think it should change it. It's a small group of people that say, "Oh yeah, they should just go into a severe, like a serious competitive type Tekken or something." I'm like, I don't think it would necessarily be that great, or it'd be like Marvel vs. Capcom or something. But when you play in a game like that, you want to be able to play with a character, and you want the characters to feel very, I guess you say, very powerful in a way, even if the characters aren't necessarily cheap, but very powerful. And a lot of people say, yeah, the game had balancing issues, and things like that. It had balancing issues and lack of content. Yeah, I guess you say those regular things that some games have that are enjoyable, like Overwatch, lack of content and balancing issues. Well, if you want to admit it or not, it does have those things. It has both of those things. And even when I played PlayStation All Stars, I was telling my brother when I played Overwatch, I was telling my brother that it kind of did remind me of PlayStation All Stars, how you unlock things, how you get things, how you get the characters' costumes, kind of. But PlayStation All Stars was done in a different way because when you play the character, you unlock, you unlock stuff for them. In Overwatch, you just unlock stuff for every character when you open up a box. That was like kind of the difference, I guess, there. And you get new taunts and things like that. So it did feel kind of similar to PlayStation All Stars. Not that the gameplay, of course, but like some of the aspects of it felt similar. And I told my brother, it's like, this is something that you have to really think about. So if a game can be enjoyable with a few flaws that, of course, a game like Overwatch has. Oh yeah, another thing too, so people go crazy. Another thing, this is just proof. If the game didn't have balancing issues, why would they constantly buff and nerf characters? That obviously show you that it does have some balancing issues. It may not be as bad as people may say PlayStation All Stars was, but there are still some. Anyway, if this game is shown at E3, I'm going to be very excited. Let me know what you guys think about this game. Me, I am very hyped for it. Even those rumors, get hyped. Because this game may be at E3, I still do think is a big chance I do still think is a big chance for it to be at E3. And I am looking forward to it being at E3. And if this game comes out, of course, it's going to be a day one buy, collector's edition, whatever they make. Oh yeah, and before I go, I have to mention this. The reason why Crash Bandicoot got brought back is because of PlayStation All Stars. And people can't deny that. That is a fact. He got brought back because of PlayStation All Stars. If PlayStation All Stars was never made, Crash Bandicoot probably wouldn't have at least got brought back at this time. Because when PlayStation All Stars came out, that's when everybody noticed that the character still has some sort of relevance. Let's be honest. If PlayStation All Stars hadn't came out, he may not even came back at all. Or he may have came back, I guess he would have made it come back slower, I guess you would say. So, with them making PlayStation All Stars, they realized, oh, this character actually has potential, and I guess people still love him up until this day. And people also have to thank PlayStation All Stars for that. And another thing I did want to mention, is that people actually still play it. That's another thing. People actually still play it. You can actually still go on PlayStation All Stars right now and link up and play games. Because I do it, and others do it. And you can ask people who actually play it, not people who talk about the game. Yes, there are still matches you can find. So there is still a following, and it's still being played, and Sony still does, I guess, keep the internet up for the game. They haven't turned it off yet. And we know some games have been getting, the network or whatever shut down for those games. So PlayStation All Stars at least has enough, as of now, to keep the game's internet up. So that shows that the game obviously is still loved and is still played. I guess with that being said, I'm generally out. I am hyped. I don't care. I'm hyped. You guys should get hyped. Share it. Share this video if you are a PlayStation All Stars fan. And whoever else makes a PlayStation All Stars video, share their video too. Subscribe if you're a PlayStation All Stars fan, because when I get the game, I am going to be playing it. I may even live stream it, not when I first get it, but at a time that's good. I will try to live stream it if the game comes out. PlayStation All Stars 2, if it comes out, I will live stream it, my boys and girls. So I guess with that being said, that is it for my video. Comment down below, what do you think about PlayStation All Stars 2? Are they making a sequel? Also, before I go, the title on the picture was a bit strange. I do think PlayStation should stick with the numbers, because PlayStation does the numbers, Xbox does the backtracking, and Nintendo does the weird names. And of course, numbers are less confusing. and they're just better to go with. Well, with that being said, comment down below and just let me know what character you would want to see in a sequel to PlayStation All-Stars, and are you excited, and do you want to see that E3? Let me know if you want to see that E3 or not. Power up by hitting that like button, subscribe to join the guild, and as always, my boys and girls, have a good one, and game over.